Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to this space. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know what to do over here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share and comment. So today I will be talking about my process at the Kenyan Embassy. And yeah, first of all, I want to put out a disclaimer. I am not a professional whatsoever. I'm just trying to share my experience of how it went for me, as opposed to offering professional advice. So the first thing is prayer, my guys. Prayer before we even get to the whole video. The first thing is prayer. I remember I prayed a lot. My mom prayed, everyone around me prayed a lot, because some of these things, like, I know as Africans we really talk about letting things take the course, but sometimes these things are spiritual, not even physical or whatsoever, because you'll find that all your documents are there and then maybe there's just a slight hitch, or like, that is why when I get to the end of this video, you'll understand why I tell you need to pray. So first and foremost, I think I will go back. For me, actually, the first question is, what am I doing in Germany? So first of all, I came here to do a vocational training, also referred to as Ausbildung. And ideally, for you to come to Germany, you actually require a few things. So for you to make your process easier in the embassy, first you need to go to the website and check their checklist. Like, they have a checklist for every visa that you apply for. So for me, I was applying for national visa. Long-term national visa. That is more like 2 years, I think 2 years or 1 year, 2 years or more. So what happened is, they indicate to you like, we need this, we need this, we need this. So ideally for Ausbildung, they actually need your contract. They need your, because this is like an apprenticeship. You're more or less working as well as studying. So the theory part is covered in school, but the practical part is covered at work. So it's just like a normal work, because you have shift. I'll talk about the Ausbildung later, but I don't want to digress. So that is basically it. And they tell you, like, the checklist is very, very important. First and foremost, you need to just print it out and then have the documents in the order or the Reihenfolge of what is asked for. So if, for instance, they say, oh, we want your birth certificate, not that they want your birth certificate, but this is just an example. Maybe there are certain places that want your birth certificate, but this is just an example. So let's focus it to Ausbildung. So I have my Ausbildung checklist application, and for me, what they required was, because I was not coming to do Pflege, like, you see, this nursing or whatever. I was coming to do hospitality and in the system catering industry. So here we call it Fachkraft für System Gastronomy, but that is more or less like hospitality. So I was supposed to go to school and also go to work. So first of all, they ask for your German level. They need your certificate. So the German certificate up to the preferred level. So basically, for me, it was a bit of luck, because the one that I only had A1 certificate, but I was in the process of getting my A2 certificate. And at the time when I was booking my exam, I was sure by the time I have the interview, because I had everything, like contract and whatever, sent to me from Germany to Kenya in, let's say, like February. So right now I'm just like spilling my tea, but I had the contract, and part of this contract had a checklist, like a few items for the checklist. One of them was health insurance. They needed to know that once you're in Germany, you have health insurance, like you're covered. Here, you have to be covered by health insurance. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from, or whatever, you have to have health insurance. So that is one. The contract also covered like work schedule, like how it needs to state like how many hours am I working, when is my school days, how many, like a brief it's not like an explanation, but a brief description of what I will be learning in school as well, where I will be going to school. Also, one of the important things is if you're coming here, where will you be living? So they actually need proof of where you'll be staying. That is the address of the place you will be staying at once you come in Germany. Aside from that, they require as well, I'm trying to remember because it's slightly like a long time, over a year plus, but they also need you to provide your certificates. So this, among these, you also have to write a letter, a motivational letter saying like, why do you want to come to Germany and do the Ausbildung, like for what purpose. Like you can also do an house in Kenya. I know we don't have Ausbildung. I've never heard of apprenticeship, but why do you want to come and do it in Germany and not in Kenya or any other country per se? So you have to write a motivational letter, and that is also listed in that form. So basically for me, prior to my interview, I didn't have the certificate yet. I thought I would have it, but that was around the time where we had protests in Kenya. So my exam dates were pushed forward, and my results had to come later on, which is actually very, very nice. And this is a, please, you need to hear me out. Like this was so nice of the people at the embassy, because they understood my situation and they told me, whenever you have it ready, just send it to us. And for me, that was really, really commendable, because most of the times it's like, if you don't have this, then we're not going to process your visa, and that is blanket period. So for me, that was very, very nice of them. So coming to the date of the embassy, like of course I booked prior, so which is also why I tell you guys why you need to pray. There are people who have already been like they already registered for an appointment at the visa, but luckily for me, I didn't have a longer waiting period of time. I don't know how that is, because I got my certificates, or no, sorry, my contract in end of February or March. I think it's March. I'm not really sure. So in April, towards the end of April, that is when I booked my no, in March I booked my visa, because I knew like many people were saying the appointment date is like within 6 hours, 6 weeks to 1 year. So I was like, okay, right now we're in March, I can be able to book it. Since 6 weeks, I have April and May, because I was ideally supposed to be in Germany towards the end of July or early July, but I got here the 1st of September. So yeah, and I just said, let me just gamble with this, because I know like within 6 weeks I would have gotten a message, or after 6 weeks, because most of the people said it's 6 to 1 year. So I went ahead, sent the application, and to my surprise, I didn't wait for the whole 6 weeks to get a response. I sent it out, and then within a week I was responded to. We have like the acknowledgement, we have received your application for a visa date, we will reach out to you. And then 3 weeks later, I got a date. But now, of course, we are already in March. I got are we in March or are we in April? We are already in April, sorry. So I got the invite for end of May. You see how like I really had like time to prepare, and I was actually like shocked, because it was fast response. And even through when I didn't have like the certificate, I could communicate, because when I went to the embassy, of course I had uh, my appointment, but they didn't know I don't have the A2 certificate. I didn't tell them prior. So for me, I knew like by the time May reaches, by the time the appointment reaches, I would have finished my language and the certificate. I will have it, and then I will go and present it. But that was not the case. So what I did is I went with my A1 certificate and the A2 payment confirmation, and I think it was just like crazy for this day. And this day I didn't even eat. Like my stomach was very, very upset. I was just like shaking. For preparation, I would just go online, like try to at least learn like the questions that they might ask. I remember camping on YouTube just to be able to know like what questions do they ask, how am I supposed to respond to them. And mind you, for me, I thought that I would be spoken to in German. I didn't know. So when I got there, it was actually really, really easy. The lady I got at the counter asked me like, "Hi, what is your name?" No, did she ask me what is my name? She just told me hi and asked for my documents. She took them, and then she asked me, "What is your purpose of visa application, or what is your purpose in the Republic of Deutschland? Like, why do you need us to give you a visa, basically?" So I told them it's for Ausbildung, and then she looked, and then she was like, "Oh, so what do they teach you?" No, she was like shocked, because I don't think she's ever heard of the Ausbildung I'm doing. I'm not really sure. Maybe, probably, I'm not, I don't know. But she was like curious, like, they teach you to cook or what? Yeah, I told them, of course, they teach us to cook. They teach us management. They teach us about food, everything, like in general. So I think that was part of the interview. And for me, I was doing it in English. So she told me, "Okay, give me all your documents, all your originals. And this is what you guys need to know. Please, if you want to go there, make sure you have like minimum 5 copies of everything." Because I think I required a copy of like my contract. I don't know what happened. You see, like the way you rush and everything is just all over the place. I left 1 copy at home, so I had to. And it's like my contract, it's like so big, because it had a lot of pages. And I was like, oh my god, you have to print. And mind you, inside there, the print one leaflet one side is 20 shillings. So you can imagine, if you have like 100, it's like about 2,000 or 200. No, it's a lot. I don't know, it's 400 or something. Excuse me, maths is kaput, aber sorry. But yeah, that's just it. And she took my documents, and then she told me, once you have the certificate, you can either come here and drop it to us via they have like a mailbox where you can drop certificates, or you can email it to us when you have it. Oh, so I was like, oh, okay. I waited. The exam date that we were scheduled for didn't happen. So I had to write them an email again, because I told them within 2 weeks I'll be able to sit for the exam and then send the certificate. It didn't happen. So I had to again send them an email and tell them, oh, this is what has happened. I need more time. And they were very, very comfortable with me. They told me, no problem. They would respond to me and tell me, it's okay, once you have it, please forward it to us, or something of that sort. And yeah, so my motivation letter was in German, my CV was in German and English. I put 2 together because I didn't want to gamble. Then my certificates, most of the times I hear people need to translate their certificates. I didn't do that for mine. So I don't know, I think it also applies with what you're doing and whatever. So part of the health insurance came from here where I'm working, and the contract also is from them. Where I'm living, it's also from them, but I pay, but they acquire the apartment for us. I don't know if that makes sense. So something that also you guys need to know, like when you go to the embassy, I know for me something that was strange is that in the embassy website, for the delivery of your passport, like once they are finished with it, they say, oh, you're gonna see the rates are here, it's like 300 bob, 400 bob, 500 bob. But when you get there, if you are living within Nairobi, they charge you 1,000 bob. If it's outside Nairobi, let's say like I think Thika or Kiambu, something of that sort, they charge you 1,500. So it's very, very important for you to be aware of this. And also they only take cash for the payment, for the collection, visa collection. And they actually text you and tell you your visa is ready for collection at this G4S, so you can be able to go and pick it there, plus your original documents that you leave with them. Also, there's something I wanted to say and I think I have forgotten it, I'm not really sure, but yeah, you also need the visa fees, and that is also in cash. So always have 1,000 or 2,000 shillings more, because you never know, they tell you the rates at that particular point. So yeah, so that is just my whole experience. And after I was able to get the certificate, I think it was around a week or 3 weeks to when I got a visa, because I got a visa in August, you see. So for me, this is why you guys need to prepare, and you guys need to take your time. And for me, like, I don't want to say like my heart was not there, but I had so many other different things going on around, and I was not really like, my whole mind was not on like the visa per se. I get like, I don't need to be harsh, but I don't mean to be harsh, but I feel like some people, they put all their mind to it, and maybe probably that is why it doesn't work or something of that sort. But as long as you've done your part, just let it freestyle. Because for me, I was like, it's taken too much time. And I kept hearing from people saying that if you apply for a visa and your passport stays at the embassy, the likelihood of you getting a visa is higher compared to if it's like there for a short time and then they tell you come and collect your passport at this and this place. You're probably not likely to get a visa if the time is short. And this actually rang something on in my mind, because if it's a short period, probably they need to do the due diligence. That means calling, referencing, cross-checking, and so on. So if they don't take their time, then you need to add 1+1. Yeah. So for me, I got my visa towards the end of August, and then I flew to Germany end of August, and I was here on the 1st of September. And yeah, so far so good. I can't complain. It's been an amazing ride so far. It's ups and downs, but it's nice. It's been amazing. So yeah, that's just a few pointers I have. Also, be confident. If you ask questions, just respond. Just know what you're going to do there. Like, you need to know everything at your fingertips, where you're going, what you're going to do, what your responsibilities will be. If also you're coming to work, just say I'm coming to work. If you're coming to study, say I'm coming to study at this university, it's located here, I'll be living here, I'll be learning so and so and so and so. At least that way they have a sense of, you know, what you're coming to do, as opposed to like you don't even know where you're coming to, you don't even know what you're coming to do. So yeah, that increases your chance or your likelihood of getting a visa, not necessarily even in Germany, but in other countries as well. So yeah, that's just it for me today. In case you have questions, just write me down there. In case you need help with your motivational letters, I think I can be able to help you with that. And yeah, so that's just it. I wish you guys a lovely time, and see you guys on the next one. Bye.